I'm Steinhoff. I'm a senior here at Mount Horeb High School.
When was it you first started wrestling?
I first started wrestling when I was in 3rd grade.
What was it that made you want to try wrestling?
I had some peers, some family friends and stuff that had me interested in wrestling. They talked about it a lot, and so I decided I'd give it a go. I got encouraged to start, and so I gave it a try, and I fell in love after that. So.
Can you remember your freshman year?
Yeah, I can. I went 10-16 my freshman year. It was tough. I started off in the varsity lineup. I wrestled 132, and it was really tough. You know, it's a different element coming from middle school up into the high school level. In varsity, it's really competitive compared to just any youth tournament or any middle school tournament I wrestled.
Was it enjoyable?
It was. The experience is really cool, you know, just being around all the upperclassmen, and it's really cool to experience the varsity level, especially as a freshman.
What was like the key thing or the most important thing you learned as a freshman?
Just pay attention to what's going on around you. You know, as a freshman, I had Matt Bloom, Brad Jones, Austin Stram, Tristan Simpson, you know, those guys all around me, and just watching them wrestle, it was huge for me because I learned the sport. I learned a lot more about myself and about what it takes to become better, and those guys were a great example for me, so I think that helped me a ton.
What is it that you would say to future Viking wrestlers?
I'd say just work hard, get as much extra work as you can. You'll never regret working hard.
What would your teammates say about you?
I'd like to think that they'd say I'm a hardworking individual and that I led by example and I was a good leader overall.
Tell me about your coaches.
You know, our coaches, Coach Mike and Coach Hinsey, and then Coach Sibrud, they're all amazing people. You know, I've known them outside the wrestling room as well as inside the wrestling room, and they just lead by example, and they're great people. They're really good at teaching you stuff that's like specifically for you. So I think that's helped a ton just in general with my wrestling, and I know for other people too. They don't push you over your limits, but they push you to your limits so that you know how far you can go. There's been some times when we would be up at Bi-State and we'd be playing Cards Against Humanity or Uno, stuff like that, and just joking around, they're great.
How do you think wrestling is going to benefit you after high school?
In the wrestling room, you know, you go through some really, really tough days, really tough practices, and it makes you think, like, if I can get through this, I can get through anything. I know people say the real world's going to be tough and whatnot, but I think wrestling is far tougher than anything that I've ever had to, or I will ever have to experience.
So what do you like most about wrestling?
The bonds that I made with my teammates and making new friends.
You've probably met people all over the state through the sport, I'd imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
What is one thing that you would say to someone who was thinking about going out for wrestling?
I'd say give it a try. I mean, you can come into the room, you could go through a couple practices. But if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's not for everyone. It's a really tough sport. But I think everyone should try it at least once. I think a lot more people would like it if they tried it.
Do you have a favorite match?
Winning my first varsity match in general as a freshman, I think that just like kind of started me, got the ball rolling, got me going in the right direction.
What is your greatest accomplishment as a Viking wrestler?
I probably have to say qualifying for sectionals my junior year. Sectionals, it's pretty hard to get there. It's either win or go home.